Hey everybody, welcome back to Building Up. My name is Tyler, and today I'll be making characters from the Superman trailer out of Lego. And there are a ton of customs to get through, so let's get right into it. Alright, I'm going to start with the superpowered people, and first up we have Guy Gardner with his glorious bowl cut hair. Going from the bottom up, I used the legs from the CMF Series 21 Space Police guy and replaced the hips with some plain white ones. Then the torso comes from this extreme driver from the city theme, but I swapped the hands with light nougat ones. And the head is ironically from Bruce Wayne from the Lego Batman movie, then the hair comes from Ron Weasley, which just works perfectly. And for an accessory, I obviously gave him a power ring from the Simon Baz Green Lantern from the DC CMF. Moving on to Hawk Girl, I started with the legs from this 212th Attack Battalion Clone Trooper and swapped the hips with black ones. Then the torso is from this monster truck driver, but I added black arms and nougat hands. The wings and helmet are both from the official Hawk Girl minifig, and I got the head from Selena Kyle from the Batman. And to finish this one off, I gave her the mace from the CMF Series 15 Frightening Knight. The last superhero who pops up in the trailer other than Superman is Mr. Terrific, and here's what I came up with for him. So the legs are from Shadow from Sonic the Hedgehog, then the torso is from this racing bike driver, but I added the arms from the Pro Surfer from the Series 17 CMF to give him a little more detail since his sleeves do have that side printing. The head comes from Black Vulcan from the second Lego Batman movie CMF, and I topped it off with the hair from T'Challa Star-Lord from the first Marvel CMF. We also got a look at a handful of villains other than Lex Luthor in the trailer, and starting with Ultraman, all of these parts actually come from Star Wars minifigs. So the legs and torso are from Crosshair from the Bad Batch, and I added a belt from an Inferno Squad agent from Battlefront. Then the shoulder armor is from a Dark Trooper from the Mandalorian, and the head comes from this Imperial V-Wing pilot. Another villain we got a glimpse of was Metamorpho, and this one's really simple. Since we only saw his face, I just used the legs and torso from the official Metamorpho figure from the DC CMF. Then I added this head from the Witch King from the Hobbit Battle of the Five Armies. And that part is actually the first thing I thought of when I saw Metamorpho in the trailer, and I really do think it's perfect. Anyways, before we move on to our non-superpowered characters, we saw a quick shot of Kellex, who is the robotic sort of caretaker of the Fortress of Solitude. And we really only got a look at his side, so I kind of just based this custom on his blue look from the comics. The legs and torso are both from the Superman armored Lex Luthor, which is perfect with the blue and silver coloring in the House of Elcrest. Then I added a blue cape, the head from Airjitzu J from Ninjago, and the helmet from the Surge minifigure from Hero Factory. But now let's move over to our superpower-less characters, starting with Pa Kent. So to build him, I used some regular dark brown legs, then got the torso from Ron Weasley, and this was sort of a coincidence, but the head and hair are both from Alfred minifigs, with the head coming from the Batman's Alfred and the hair from the Lego Batman movie version. Then to make Clark Kent in his casual farm clothes, I started with dark blue legs, and sticking with the red and blue color palette of his alter ego, I used the torso from Harry Potter, then got the head from Shuga from the BTS set, and the messy hair from Jay, which I painted black. But moving on to a few characters from the Daily Planet, let's start with the infamous sports editor Steve Lombard, who's going to be played by Beck Bennett from Saturday Night Live.
Merry Christmas, baby.
Are you kidding me, Nathan? Did you seriously buy a car without asking me?
Well, because for Christmas...
This is a major purchase.
Right, but it was a December to remember.
It's a Lexus. We don't have the money for this, Nathan.
We don't?
Give the gift of Lexus, and definitely talk it over first.
So to make him, I just used some dark gray legs, then got the torso from this Legoland worker, and added these sleeve arms from Vacation Robin from the second Lego Batman movie CMF. The head comes from Biggs Dark Lighter from the original Star Wars trilogy, then I added some dark brown swept hair. And I gave him the ball from the CMF Series 19 rugby player as an accessory because I think the character was actually a football player, but he also just seems like a rugby guy. Next up is Kat Grant, who I think is over the Daily Planet's gossip column, and we see her wearing an orange dress in the trailer, so to make that, I started with the legs from Margaret Hamilton from the Women of NASA set, then I used the skirt and torso from Date Night Marge from the Simpsons Series 2 CMF, which worked great, but I replaced the arms with some plain orange ones. The head comes from Zia Rodriguez from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, and the hair is from the CMF Series 20 Pajama Girl, then I gave her a coffee cup as an accessory. Moving over to the Daily Planet's photographer and Clark's best friend, here we have Jimmy Olsen. So I started with some dark tan legs, then used the torso from Danny Nettermeyer from Jurassic World Legend of Isla Nublar, and I know he's not wearing a floral shirt in the trailer, but it also doesn't feel too out of place for him. Then I got the head from Peter Parker, which is sort of funny since he's also a newspaper photographer for the Daily Bugle. And to finish this one off, I added this hair from Emmett from the Lego movie and gave him a camera as an accessory. But moving over to Lois Lane, I started with some dark blue legs, then got the torso from Lois Lane from Batman vs. Superman, and added dual molded arms with white sleeves from Antoni Porowski from the Queer Eye Loft. Then the head is from Black Widow, and I gave her some dark brown wavy hair and a Daily Planet newspaper as an accessory, which I got from the DC CMF Superman figure. And to finish off the Daily Planet workers, here we have Clark Kent with his new look from the trailer. So the legs and torso are from the Clark Kent minifig that only came in this Lego Batman DVD. Then I got the head from Justin Hammer from Marvel Superheroes and the same painted hair piece I used earlier for Clark's casual outfit. Another option for his hair is this part from Aaron from Ninjago, which also works pretty well for his broccoli haircut. And I know people were torn on this look for him, but I really don't mind it because it is kind of the style these days, and it at least adds a little to the Clark Kent disguise.
This is not Superman has perfect vision, whereas this man's in glasses.
Yeah,
What?
look.
Oh my god. I feel like such an idiot. Of course it's him.
Yeah, I can see why you'd feel that way. It took me like 2 seconds to figure it out.
Then to finish this one, I added a brown briefcase as an accessory. Next up is who I think is going to be the main villain of the movie, and that is Lex Luthor. So to make him, I used the black legs and messy suit torso from the CMF Series 11 saxophone player. Then the head is from this official Lex figure from the Power Armor set, and I gave him a pistol as an accessory. And finally, here we have Superman himself. I've actually gone through a few iterations of this custom ever since we got those set photos leaked last year, but I really do think this one is the best. So I started with the legs from Zombie Hunter Spider-Man from the first Marvel CMF, but added red hips. Then the torso and head are both from the new Superman figure from the Superman mech set, but I added these printed arms from the spacesuit Rex Danger Vest from the Lego Movie 2. I got the cape from Thor from the Surtur construction figure set, then topped this one off with some swept black hair. I think the classic Superman hair with the curl down the middle would work too, but this one still has a little curl on the side and just looks a little closer to what we've seen from the trailer. And that's our last minifigure for today, but there's actually one more character I've got to include, and that is Krypto the Superdog. So we've actually had 2 official versions of Krypto from Lego, with the smaller one coming from the DC Superhero Girls theme. And since he's not really a puppy in the trailer, but definitely more of a mutt than we typically see Krypto as, I'm not really sure which one of these works better in this case. I guess I'll leave that up to you guys, so please let me know in the comments what you think. But anyways, those are all the characters I've got so far for the upcoming Superman movie, and I'm really happy with how they all turned out. But let me know if there's anyone I missed, or if there's anything you do differently to these ones to make them even better. Alright guys, there you have it, my custom Lego minifigures from the Superman trailer. But that'll do it for today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Actually, if you're still watching, I have a project over on Lego Ideas celebrating the upcoming 50th anniversary of Rocky, and it could become an official Lego set if it can gather enough support. So please use the links in the description below to check out the full video and to show your support over on the Lego Ideas website, and I'd really appreciate it. But wait, if you're also a nerd and you want to see more, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, follow me on my socials, Instagram and TikTok @BuildingUpBricks, and as always, keep building up.